If you want to know why you dey feel the way they feel inside your mind, inside your brain, and generally why things dey the way they around you, Mind Clinic na the radio program we go teach you how to deal with all different types of stress and other things wey person dey go through. On top Mind Clinic, you fit talk about mind matter wey concern you directly or the one wey no even concern you directly.
I just realized it's the last Wednesday in the month of November 2020 and I see Chinyerugu,
Super excited.
Well, it's the last episode of the Mind Clinic for the year 2020. Mixed feelings. Mm-hmm. I'm not happy that we have to go for about a month, maybe.
Yeah.
But we have to. I mean, Christmas is by the corner for a lot of persons. We need to go do shopping as well.
Yeah.
We need to go do shopping. But I must say thank you to everyone who's been a part of the show from February till now. 10 months. Doing the Lord's work. I'm doing it very well. I have Chinyerugu Dance in the studio. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Can you tell I'm excited?
Yes, I'm excited as well. Yeah. But I know the reason why you're excited. I'm not going to tell the listeners. I'm excited myself. My name is Victor Pepple. By way of quick introduction on the show today, we're talking about gratitude.
Yes.
It's important. You know, even at the religious centers at the end of the year, there's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
End of the year Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. In America, it's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of persons are always showing gratitude for the little things that they have while yearning for more. All right. But in this part of the world, you give someone something and he says, I expected more. You cannot even say thank you for the little that you have.
Yeah.
And so joining us in the conversation today is Thank God Ocheho. He facilitates training for individuals in schools, religious and corporate organizations as well. He has a master's degree in developmental psychology from Lancaster University, United Kingdom, with a special interest in child and adolescent psychology. He has worked with children at various levels and has built a foundation for understanding children's behavior in each stage of life. Currently, he works as a psychologist at Neem Foundation, where he provides support in designing, researching, and implementing mental health and psychological support interventions for those affected by the insurgency. It's our singular honor. Drum rolls. Welcome to the show. Thank God Ocheho. Thank you very much for coming.
Yeah. I mean, gratitude. I mean, last show, we're grateful, but I think it's also beyond the act of saying thank you. You know, there's a lot more that goes to gratitude. Let's just go to the basics and start with the definition so that we're all on the same page.
Right.
We're not saying one thing and another person is saying something. When we talk about gratitude, what is it? What do we mean? What is gratitude?
Okay, thank you, Chinny, for having me on this show this morning. When we talked about gratitude, basically it's just a deep sense of appreciation of the value that you have. Yeah, it's just a recognition of your worth, your value, not necessarily monetary value. Mm-hmm. Because we know we live in a status symbol society when people attach too much to material things. Mm-hmm. So when they don't have those material things, they feel that they are less important. So they don't have that, they don't always appreciate and give themselves that, you know, that gratitude to say, oh, thank you for what I have. But if we look within, we realize that there are so many things we have, you know, within that we need to be grateful for.
That's the key word there is appreciation also, and there's like value, and it goes beyond monetary things that we have. It's a lot more that we're grateful for. Speaking about that, a lot of the times when we talk about gratitude, people think, you know, oh yeah, I said thank you. I said thank you. That should be fine. Is there a difference between, you know, thankfulness or being thankful and being grateful? So is there a difference between thankfulness and gratitude?
Okay, these two words they are more like similar in terms of the synonyms, but there's a slight difference between thankfulness and gratitude. When we talk about thankfulness, it's just that consciousness of the benefit that you have received. But gratitude is more like an appreciation of that benefit that you have received. Let me explain. When we talk about thankfulness, it's more like that polite, you know, norm that we have within our society, that societal norm that when somebody do something for you, you just have to say thank you. You know, so for instance, if Chini helped me to pick my phone, I can say, oh, Chini, thank you, but that is just that societal, because of the benefit that I've received from her, I'm conscious that I need to say thank you, Chini, for what you've done. But when we talk about gratitude, it's deeper than just saying thank you.
Okay.
So it's that consciousness of that deep understanding for you to be able to think through and say, oh, this thing Chini has done for me. It's not because of courtesy that I say thank you. I need to think through to understand who she is as a person, the things she has done for me as an individual, that I want to go beyond any length, you understand, to be able to appreciate this act of kindness that she has shown for me. So it's just beyond. So gratitude is more, thankfulness is more like a feeling, but gratitude is more like an action. The action you take, you go further to an extra length because of that deep understanding you have about this particular person or this thing that this person have done for me. So it's deeper than thankfulness.
Yeah.
There are some persons who don't even indulge. I mean, they're not thankful. They don't even show gratitude at all. All right. You do something for them, but even to say thank you, they don't. They just feel like it's a privilege. I know him. In fact, they even do it as much as I expected. Yeah, there are people like
That's
that,
true.
actually.
That's true. Yeah, unfortunately, there are.
Yeah.
But then I guess, we should be cognizant of the fact that we should, gratitude goes beyond just saying thank you.
Yeah.
And there's a deeper understanding to it. Gratitude is one of those big themes you find in positive psychology. There is quite a big thing about gratitude and applying gratitude in your life because of the power that it has. That it has quite a significant amount of power. And I want, thank God, to just give us a little bit of more information because it's quite a big thing in positive psychology. Yeah.
So, like Chini said, gratitude has so much power. Because when you are grateful for things with a sense of, deep understanding, of this particular thing or of this particular person, now it helps you to focus more on the positive side or the positive attribute or characteristics of that thing or the person. Now, the reason why you see a lot of people who tends to complain a lot is because we also focus our energy on the negative. So when you focus your energy on the positive, so for instance, I look at Chini as, oh, she's my friend. Now, instead of me complaining about her, focusing on the negative attribute of Chini, I tend to focus on the positive. I tend to focus on the positive attribute, and that gives me, it put my mind in the right frame. It makes me to generate that excitement from within that brings about happiness, which of course boosts my happiness. And it also affects my health too, because the more I am happy, the more I am excited, it makes me to be able to think better. I can be able to perform better, even in my place of work, in my family, even the way I relate with my children, because of that frame of mind that I've put myself into. Also, of course, it helps in better relationship. People don't want to be around people that have negative energy. And that's the truth. So the more, when people see that you are always grateful, you are always excited and happy. Of course, I'm not saying that you should put up a face when you are sad. You need to be real, but what I'm simply saying is that we need to focus more on the positive so that we can also have better relationship with other people. So it's very powerful. And beyond that, like I said, it comes from within, but it doesn't remain within. It also extends without. So if you are excited, you see it extend to other people. Your climate, people see the kind of climate you create around you. It makes people to want to come around you.
I have never really understood why people will pay millions of naira to a comedy show to laugh. Until I understood wellness. All right, that it's important. And so people who could afford to pay $1 million to sit at the tables at these concerts just laugh and go back home, understood why. There are some others who you would ask to pay 5,000 and they're angry. They're like, why should I pay 5,000 naira because I want to laugh when I can laugh, from my house. But if you begin to pay so much attention and cognizance to some of these things as it relates to your mental health, you would know the reason why you should go the extra mile. There's also a research that have proven that people love to listen to the radio stations that make them laugh. Imagine while you're in your car driving and you can laugh just listening to the radio. It makes you happy. You listen to some persons who, just dull, slow, and then they're giving you sad stories and sad songs, you run for your life, especially on your way to work. Imagine on a Monday morning, you listen to a sad person on the radio and not someone who's lively and can make you laugh, how it will, affect your day somehow. It's important that we, begin to understand some of these things, even as it relates to gratitude and happiness and positivity, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you actually brought up the conversation of wellness. One good thing that gratitude does for you, like Thank God said, is that it's so amazing how the small thing of showing gratitude actually changes your mood, changes the way you interact with people and the way people also interact with you. It's so powerful, but we don't really understand the value and appreciate the value. And it actually goes beyond, oh, thank you. There's a conscious effort to stop and take stock and show deep appreciation of what is, even what isn't. Because a lot of the times we're so down and out about what we don't have, what we can't see, the things that we could have done. And we forget that there's also something to be grateful about. There are things to be thankful about. The fact that you can wake up, the fact that you can see people. There's so much that you can be thankful about, even when you feel like you are not able to deal with life's challenges or you're going through a hard time. We use a lot of gratitude or gratitude journaling as a way of helping people that are going through different mental health challenges. And say, just keep a journal of what you're grateful for every morning or every evening or every afternoon, whenever you want to. It goes a long way in helping people when it comes to the process of healing. A lot of the times when we forget to take stock of, the good things in our life and we're so focused on the negative things in our life, the act of gratitude brings some form of calmness and peace and sanity and some level of mindfulness. It brings you back to the present. Because a lot of the times we find that we are either worrying about what we did not do or we are worrying about what's going to happen in the future. And you actually don't have any control of those things. But a lot of the times gratitude brings you to the now, to the present. So you're mindful of where you're at and you're very, very cognizant of the things around you and how that lifts your mood is, exponential. So I don't know, I don't know if you have any other information when it comes to gratitude as a healing, agent.
Yeah, I think you've already shed more light on that. But what I just want to say is that I think there is a correlation between our thoughts and gratitude. The more you think deep, the more you become more appreciative. Because the reason why quite a lot of people don't really express gratitude is because they don't really think deep about the things that they have. And that is why we tried to say earlier on that there's a difference between gratitude and thankfulness. For instance, if I think deep about things, certain things, or for instance, about an organization that I work and I think about the strength and the things that they've done for me, I want to go extra mile to be able to do certain things for the organization or for that person. So when it comes to healing agent, gratitude, of course, a research has shown that, adults who are gratitude, it helps to reduce their level of depression, because once you begin to focus more on the negative, you understand, it makes you become depressed. But once you start expressing gratitude, it helps you, it reduces the level of depression that you experience and even the level of anxiety, so it's very important for us to be able to cultivate. It's something that we can cultivate. Nobody has that gift of gratitude. We just have to learn it with deliberate, effort to say, okay, you want to start expressing gratitude. Like Chini said, each day, keep a journal to just be thankful of little things. It doesn't have to be big things, just little things. Your breath alone, just thankful that, I can breathe. You wake up thankful that, it has nothing to do with religion. It's just basically, certain things that we just need to do, which will help us to be better and express that awareness that Chini said earlier.
I'd also give another scenario, of a young boy who shared in a video clip I saw online. I just stumbled on that video. He was talking about holding on to a glass of water. If you hold on to this glass of water, a half glass of water, you hold on to that glass of water for an hour. There's a possibility you can hold it longer. You hold for 3 hours, you can keep going. Of course, it's a half glass of water, but you hold for 6 hours. Your arms become weak. It's not because, just because of the little quantity of the water in there, but because you've been holding it for too long. all right, you hold for 6 hours, your hands must definitely become very feeble and you must have to drop the water at that time. If you hold beyond 6 hours and continue holding on to that glass of water, there's a tendency it could drop off your hand and break. And it's the same thing with holding on to grudge, worries, and different life problems, that it gets to a point. It begins with the same way, hours.
Yeah.
You begin to contemplate on this particular problem for an hour. It's annoying you. 3 hours, you get more angry. 6 hours, you want to kill someone. In the next 12 hours, you want to do it, you can just explode. And so you see someone who comes to talk to you, you get angry at the person, transfer of aggression. And when you meet this person up, you could do anything to that person. It's advisable that in the first, 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes, let go of that glass while your hand is still strong enough to leave it without exploding or dropping it to the floor.
Yeah. Definitely. There's an element of gratitude that, that Thank God also brought to the front that I think perhaps we can just touch on a bit. It's the cultivating gratitude, and the important thing you said to me was like, we don't all have that habit. We say thank you because, society courtesy demands that we say thank you.
Yes.
We say thank you. But we don't necessarily take that stock and the things that we're grateful for. But then I was also thinking, is there like a specific age where we can start to cultivate gratitude, or is it like an adult thing and children shouldn't do it, or is it like a teenage thing? Is there a specific age, and how do we even start to cultivate gratitude?
Gratitude. Well, I have not done the research to know maybe there's a particular age that we really need to express gratitude. I think that from childhood, a child can be taught how to be more appreciative. But also there is this thing in psychology, I'm sure Chin is aware of it, where we talked about J. Piaget, his theory that says, when you get to from 7 years to 13 years, you can start thinking logically. So from 12 years above, you can think logical and abstract. You've developed logical and abstract thinking. So because we said that gratitude requires some form of thought, so it takes someone that can be logical or also can think abstractly to be able to say, okay, for instance, if you say, I want to be grateful for the love that somebody has shown me, it is someone who can think abstractly to be able to even know what love is, or, understand the concept of love, so the person can appreciate more or express gratitude more than someone who have not got to that point. But however, like I said, we can start teaching gratitude even from childhood, as simple like as the little thing, just for you to even have food to eat. You are just grateful for it. For you to breathe, you go out there, you see nature, sun, rain. You're just grateful for little things. So we can start teaching children, how to be grateful, or know how to express gratitude, over every little things that they experience. Even the school, the truth is this, like you said earlier, there are certain things, we just feel certain things are our rights, that why should I be thankful, be grateful for this particular thing, but I think it's just important for us, once we cultivate the habit, little by little. It doesn't mean there are times when we say cultivate the habit, means you will not complain. You understand? Is you take the baby step, you just keep doing it. It's a process, nothing just happen like that. It's a process. The more you do it, the more you begin to cultivate the habit. Same way you've cultivated the habit of complaining, you can also cultivate the habit of expressing gratitude. But that little step, just keep taking it.
I'm sure all of us in this room have heard one person at some point say that person has sense of entitlement. Because maybe the person forgot to say thank you. Or the person, it doesn't show gratitude all the time you've done something for that person. There are a lot of people who are not conscious enough, and so they are turned ungrateful, and we see a lot of ingratitude in their character and habits. And so over time, when someone is trying to have a conversation, he tells you, sense of entitlement is just to, this person almost all the time comes to me because I'm his brother, I'm his sister, I'm his friend. Feels like because I'm in this position, I must always come through. But have you realized that there are some persons like that who know how to say thank you? You give them the little things and they thank you so much tonight. They wake up in the morning and tell you, I'm so grateful. I've not been able to, for a little thing that you did. The next time that person comes to you, there's a tendency you will willingly want to do it again for the person without considering how entitled, that person has become. But for some people, because of how they feel like you have more, you should have given me more than what you gave to me, we tag those ones entitled. And we always use that English so much. We forget sometimes we don't even use it.
If you're Nigerian, you hear it all the time.
Sense of entitlement. I'm hoping that a listener who is, privy to this information we're giving right now will begin to have a change in attitude for the most littlest things, even when you deserve it, right? Most times you're selling stuff and the person is buying because he needs it. You should tell that person, thank you.
Yeah.
You walk in a hospital and a patient walks in because he needs to be treated. But you tell him thank you for coming to this hospital because there are a number of hospitals this person could go to. All right. So that's why a lot of people must learn. Even if you feel like you're rendering a service and you're getting paid for it, thank that person because there are other people who do it less, who do it for less, but you were privileged enough that they, said, let me use Chini for instance, and I paid Chini. There are some persons who are looking to see that you would say thank you. There are some others who it doesn't even matter to them if you say thank you or not. But there are a lot of people who are hoping that she didn't say thank you. No problem, next time then. And that's why you lost that contract you were expecting you would get just because you did not say thank you. Yeah. It's a big deal for some people, but a lot of people just trivialize it and feel like, Shabi's thank you. It's deeper than that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot more. So let's talk about the benefits before we open the phone line. Let's talk about the benefits. I know we've touched on it like here and there, but let's bring it together and just discuss some of the benefits of gratitude.
Okay, putting everything together that we've said, basically, when we talked about gratitude, some of the benefit is just better relationship, like I said earlier on. If you are a grateful person, people want to do more. You want to have better relationship with such people. Like Victor said earlier on, some people just have that sense of entitlement. And I also see that it's also cultural. You see that in a society, in another country, this week is Thanksgiving week. How many country, does such things? You get, so because it's also cultural. Some people just feel because you are my elder brother, you just have to do things for me. I don't need to be grateful for what you've done. It's your right. You just have to do it. You understand? Even with our parents, you say it's your right. You are the one that gave birth to me. You understand? So you just have to do it. If you think that, how many of us have even gone to say to our parents, thank you for paying my school fees. As simple as that, thank you for giving me food to eat. For buying clothes for me when I have not started working. As simple as that, how many of us really show that appreciation? So it helps to create better relationship. It also helped our physical and mental health because people who are not grateful always complain. It brings stress, to their mind because they, think about so many negative things which stresses their mind, and they affect their physical health. It brings ache, pain, and also it can help improve your psychological health too in terms of your emotions, and also your social relationship. Of course, people who are express gratitude, the benefit is that it helps to reduce your level of aggression. Because when you complains a lot or you think about so many negative things, it affects the way you relate with people. You see some people, they are just necessarily aggressive. They just transfer aggression, and it helps you develop that empathy. You just want to, have that, you just seem to empathize with other people because of that which you have developed. And of course, another benefit is that it helps to improve your self-esteem. Because once you begin to look at the thing, take stock of the positive things that you experience, your strength, it helps you to, I'm not that bad. It helps you to feel good about yourself. That self-confidence begins to, develop. So it helps a lot, which I really encourage everyone to start cultivating this habit of expressing gratitude.
All right, you can be part of the show right now by calling us up. You can call in, contribute to the, topic of discussion in regards to gratitude and thankfulness. We'll be very glad to hear from you. And like I said, it's the last episode for the year. It will be wise to say thank you to Neem Foundation and Neem Sanctuary for this program. 10 months we've been talking about mental health and the importance, the benefits of, keeping your mental health in check. I want to believe if you've been listening to the program from when we started till now, you would have one thing to be thankful for. We've talked about a lot: postpartum depression, mental health for men, at the workplace, workouts, almost all aspects touched. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Wilson Okafor. I'm calling from Kubwa.
Wilson, I hear you on the phone this morning. We read from you almost all the time, but thank you very much for calling.
Yeah, thank you so much for the program, and I have to thank Reading FM for being a very good station. I'm an ardent listener to your station. However, the topic for this morning is very apt even in these times. I believe that it starts from the home when we teach our kids to be appreciative and be thankful for whatever, is done for them. But unfortunately, I also think that because of the erosion of value systems in our country, a lot of people feel that they are doing you a favor, or even patronizing them. For patronizing them, they are doing you a favor. And it has gotten so bad, so much that it's even in governance, people that are in leadership positions feel that they are doing us a favor. But they forget that if we're not here, they will not be there. So I think it's something that we really need to, create more awareness, but let it be from home.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Okafo, for your contribution. We appreciate it this morning. Thank you. Usually, I hear some of my colleagues tell you, what are you grateful for? And then people, begin to call in to tell you, I just got a child, I got a job, I got a car. And this morning we're just talking about gratitude in general. Yeah. All right. You have a contribution to make in these regards. Please do pick up a phone and call us up and let us hear from you. And like I said, it's as little as saying thank you to the organizers of this program. Over 10 months talking about mental health. I think it's worth saying thank you to them. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning to you.
My name is Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, where are you at the moment?
I'm in Abuja at the moment.
Okay.
Airport Road.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think today's topic is a very wonderful topic. I'm actually calling in now because of the people who doesn't know how to appreciate. The only application that can, the foreigner or anytime you get any assistance, the appreciation ends immediately you do it. Subsequently, they could even tell you that you have never rendered any assistance to you. Like what somebody, the last caller have just said there now, that it is from home. Some people are not well trained from home when it comes to aspect of expressing appreciation. You understand? You can see some people that you render an assistance, thank you today. Tomorrow that same person can as well tell you that you have never rendered an assistance. Not knowing that you have to sacrifice your own to render such assistance. Thank you. That's what I want to contribute this morning.
Thank you very much for your call today. Dominic on WhatsApp is saying, thank you very much for this program. It has added value to my life. Thank you very much. And that's why we're having this program in the first instance. Please keep the calls coming in. And we have the WhatsApp portal, same number. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, this is May.
Say your name again.
May.
May.
Yeah, May.
Yes.
May, we're glad you're able to join in the conversation. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just going through the gift of life.
Right.
I've passed through a phase of depression, throughout this whole corona period. I think twice I've passed through depression, and I know what it is like to be in that pit. So I'm grateful to be out. I'm grateful to be happy once again. I'm grateful to be back on my feet. There's nothing more than happiness. There's nothing more than smiling. I'm completely grateful. And for this show, it's mind-blowing. I don't believe it's not going to end. Yeah, thank you all the same. Thank you, the sponsors, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, May. Thank you for your soft voice and, for the commendations. We say thank you very much as well, at least for calling in. I see the calls are still coming. Please keep them coming. We have about 5 minutes before we wrap up the show for today. But I have a message. I don't know if I should classify this as a diss. But we'll read it after this particular call. Please keep that call coming right back. You have the number. Dr. Solomon says, I'm happy my wife is in the car listening with me. I hope she can begin to show gratitude after this. Like I said, I don't know if this is a diss or... Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Ben from Karo.
All right, Ben.
Gratitude is about the sense of reasoning. If you can think well, there are several things one can be grateful for. One of my fathers, the bishop, say, if you are complaining that you don't have shoes, you should also be grateful that there are people who don't have legs, but you have legs. And then in Psalms 103 is a whole book devoted to gratitude, both to God and His works for our lives. So when people go to see all of that, they will be grateful. If you say you didn't eat 3 square meals, there are people who don't have one. If you say you ate only 1 square meal, there are those for the past 2-3 days that have not eaten.
Fasting.
So you see, whatever you have, you should thank God. And finally, we have 2 eyes. Many are blind. There are people who can't speak. There are people who don't have hands. There are people who are rich but very sick, and their money cannot make them well. And maybe you don't have money, but you are sound in health, not even having malaria. Many things, if you can think well. Gratitude is about attitude and from mental reason. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And it just reminds me of a song that was a nursery rhyme back in school. Some have food but cannot eat. Yeah. Some can eat but have no food. We have food and we can eat. It's really, really, an important song, powerful song actually. Yeah. But we just sang it as children, not really understanding the lyrics.
Just to eat our food.
Yeah, just to eat our food, exactly. But really, if you look at the lyrics of that particular song, just from what the last caller was saying, and I remembered, there are people who can eat very well. Yeah. The availability is not there. They don't have the foods. If they see small, they will be happy. They don't have. There are a lot of people who have it in excess. But maybe because of health, problems or one reason or the other, they are not able to even eat, or they've worked for 30 years. They've been working so they can eat. Now they've gotten to that point where they have so much, but for health reasons, they can't even eat what normal people eat. Then there are some who have and can eat. And just think that, because daddy provided. What if daddy did not have? Yeah. So I think just like almost all the callers have said, it begins at the foundational level of treating the children to understand that you must be grateful. You must be appreciative of the little, even as little as food. So when we're singing that song, we're just singing, like you said, because we want to just eat our food. Auntie, what is it? Allow me to eat this food in peace. It's important that we're having this conversation because I do know that the coronavirus had affected a lot of persons. We're not to be oblivious of that fact. And so for that reason, a lot of people will tell you they hate 2020. Yeah. But I do know in this same year, a lot of people got new jobs with a better pay. Even after they left the former, they felt, this job was my life. But they got another one. Yeah. There are some others who got married. 2020 is bad, corona, no money. Go and see the wedding. There are some others too who bought cars. Yeah. I don't want to know how you did it, but I believe that it happened. Yeah. So find one thing. The essence of this conversation is, at the end of today, if you cannot do it right now, before you go to bed, as part of meditation, I think we've even talked about meditation on the show before. Before you sleep, as part of meditation, think. If you feel like there is not even one thing to be grateful for, aside life, you feel like, that's my own, and they gave me since 30 years ago, it's my own. No problem. But think, I'm sure in this week, at least, there was someone who was able to pay your transport fare. It's something you should be grateful for. Yeah. We feel like it's just, anybody can pay. You asked someone, I beg, borrow me 2K, and he gave you. You should be grateful. Yeah. There are a lot of times, we've been there. You take your phone from A to Z. You can't even find one person reliable enough that you would say, I beg, help me. Because you fear that you'll be turned down. Yeah. You fear that your name will reach WhatsApp group. But there was this one person who came through for you. Be grateful. You will pay back the money, but be grateful first. Yeah. That's what we're trying to say here. Yeah. There are a lot of reasons some people should be happy and be thankful. Many times we feel like, because I'm going to pay back this debt, why should I tell him thank you? Thank you for what? I'll pay you back, Jerry. Next time he will not give you. That's why I did not give you the next time. Be grateful, really. Yeah,
definitely. I think in wrapping up, we can just ask for just a wrap up from Thank God's side.
Okay, just to wrap up everything we've said is let's consciously deliberately and intentionally practice gratitude. You can decide on your own to choose a day, the week, to say this particular day is my gratitude day. Apart from the fact that the suggestion Shini gave that you should have a journal where you just write things that you're grateful for, you can just have a day and say, this day, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, whichever day that is appropriate for me, I just want to use this day to say I am grateful. It's my gratitude day. Even as a family, you can just say, oh, in my family, we decide to use this day as gratitude. Another thing you can do, maybe in your room or wherever you think is accessible to you, you can have like a gallery, where you put pictures of people, of things that you are grateful for. You just put picture of things you're grateful for, or people that you are grateful for the things. So once you put these, you see it every time, and it just help you to keep, expressing gratitude.
Yeah, definitely. There's always something to be grateful for. In spite of the challenges we face, in spite of the stress, the things that we go through, there's always something to be grateful for. And even when you're facing difficult times, when you look at the things you're grateful for, it's like a ray of sunshine. It's like a hope. It keeps you afloat. It gets you past the times that you're having challenges. So, I want to encourage everybody, even when you're going through the bad times, even when you're going through, the things that you feel like you're down and out, there's always something to be grateful for. Yeah. And if you're looking for a way out of a negative situation, a negative emotion, how about focus on something that you're grateful for? And see that lift your mood and lift your spirit and give you the energy, to keep going. Yeah.
Well, even while we wrap up the show for the year, I'm sure we can still give out phone numbers and emails to reach. Yeah. But before we do that, I would like to say thank you very much to Neem Foundation. Thanks to Neem Sanctuary as well. I can speak for myself that since the start of this program, I've been exposed to a lot of knowledge about myself and mental health. It made me more serious and intentional about healthy living. Over and beyond the exercise, what you even consume and take into your body will help you live longer or even help you die faster. It's important that we talk about this. That's the truth about it. And so this program also gave men an opportunity to talk, speak up. Sorosoke. We've always known that a lot of men growing up were told to off their mics and they left it permanently off.
Don't cry.
Men don't cry. But on this program, Chini and the different guests we've had have been able to tell, if you speak up, it helps you ease and helps you stay calm. And lots to talk about on the different weeks we've had conversations here. It has even made me encourage a lot of people when I engage with people and I find that, there's a deficit somewhere. I remember what we talked on the program and I used that.
Yeah, that's good.
So, psychologist by associates. Yeah. By association, But I'm excited really for the little knowledge I've been able to garner from this particular program. And we say thank you very much. We say thank you, Neem Foundation. Thank you, Neem Sanctuary, for bringing this program to us every Wednesday at 8:00. Now let's get the email and phone number. Should you come across someone on Twitter who says, I want to die, please give this number to the person or email. It's important.
All right. So the number to call is 0706 062 5054. The number is 0706 062 5054.
Okay, we'll come back. Let's talk to this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. You are our last caller on the show for the year.
Wow, that is good.
Go ahead. Tell us your name.
I'm Jessica calling from Adu.
All right, Jessica in Adu.
Okay, how do we handle people who you give all the time, but the day you don't have to give, they go around calling you a bad person.
Blackmailing.
While the time you have to give, they always appreciate you and you're happy about that. But the day they come and you don't have to give,
Jessica, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us. All of us have experienced that before. It shouldn't change the quality of your person, all right? If you still find the need to give to people, please do so. Because the giver is always on top, the receiver, the hand is always under. And there's always this saying that as you give, you cannot lack. It should be a mindset. So if you can help someone, please keep helping. All right? All right, Jessica.
So is that person, okay, but is that person a grateful person?
Of course, you know the answer.
No.
You don't know the answer? All right, we'll talk to it quickly. Thank you, Jessica, for calling. All right, then. Jessica is talking about people who you'd always help them, and one day when you don't have, say you're a bad person, they go about and spoil your name. WhatsApp group they mention, and all that. Is that person a grateful person? The answer is, very, very clear.
The person is not grateful.
He's actually not grateful. Let's get the email address.
All right. So the email address to contact us on is sanctuary. SANCTUARY at neemfoundation.org.ng. You can also reach us on Instagram at Neem Sanctuary. So it's NEEM and then Sanctuary. Send us a direct message and we will respond immediately.
All right. Thank you very much for being a part of the show today. Our very dear friend, Thank God, Cheho, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.